So Mom at some point got me some Wendy's that seemed to come in the form of some kind of spicy chicken sandwich from what I recall, and a Frosty that she put in the freezer so that it wouldn't melt while I did some resting. By that point, it was 9 p.m. And I felt pretty tired by the time Dad and I made a stop to visit Dad's parents. So much so that the feeling of sluggishness combined with Dad's tendency to not wake me up if I'm sleeping led me to say to Dad that if I fall asleep, be sure to wake me up, since it would be pretty odd if I ended up spending the night with Dad's parents. It would certainly be a different kind of sleepover. And saying that resulted in Dad cutting the visit short, so it lasted roughly at most 15 minutes. The visit was done after we dropped Bill off from a trip to Front City Tavern, in which I got the late riser, a hand-pressed burger with a fried egg, avocado, applewood smoked bacon, and such. It came with the choice from 4 sides. I picked the straight cut fries, which were well seasoned and tasted good to the point where I at times almost considered not eating them with ketchup, but ultimately used up something like 4 to 6 packs of those little packs of Heinz ketchup that you might find at a fast food restaurant like McDonald's or Burger King. Right as we were leaving that visit of Dad's parents, I asked Grandma if she had any styrofoam, and she gave me 4 little rectangles of, I think it's the smooth foam. That kind of styrofoam is called. I generally prefer Um, I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but I don't like the flake foam as much because the flake foam flakes off while you're trying to color it with Sharpies. And as for smooth foam, it's harder to color and more likely to smear. The type of styrofoam I typically use is generally, I either want to call it hard foam or piece foam. The only real annoyance with the hard foam is that it's bound to happen at least once, but a little bit of it will break off while you're trying to color it. I'm currently here in the research tree. I believe today I used some Portal Profit instance so that I could activate this research in order to complete an earlier task set, of which I'm currently here. And I'm currently getting to work on crafting some relics within the Magic Academy. This is the minigame in which you can earn various prizes. This is the large beacon of power, of which I got 5 knowledge points. I don't exactly want to use the next city expansion on being able to fit the next grand prize. I may need this city expansion in order to ultimately complete the objective of getting 2 orc rally points, since those buildings are so massive. I didn't feel like having much solid food for this dinner since I ate a considerably large meal just hours ago. Dad gave me some of the hot sauce wings he got. At Tryon City Tavern, I had roughly 2 to 3 glasses of ginger ale with ice. Right before we left, around 4, I accidentally completely broke my headphones, as in I separated the headphone jack piece, or at least the piece that connects to the headphone jack, from the rest of the headphones by accidentally catching the headphones with one of my feet, which were wearing my rainbow Crocs at the time. Because I was getting ready for us to go out on this trip to pick up Bill, go to Tryon City Tavern, drop Bill off, and then go see Dad's parents real quick for Father's Day. Dad clipped my nails since at times I've been a bit afraid to do it myself, even though I know I can do it myself. Because the last time I did it myself, shortly thereafter, I got some kind of finger infection that had to be squeezed out. And it was by my mom, and that was so painful that when it was all said, by the time it was over, I was lightheaded. I didn't come as close to passing out as when I had that reaction a while back from donating blood, which was considerably my fault considering that day I didn't drink water or get proper rest. Dad gave me a shave with an electric razor. I took a shower, got some deodorant on, was all nice and clean and ready for us to go out. I think in total Dad spent some $80. I think that's what he told me. Excuse me. Bill got a Plaza plate. And as usual, Bill was the slowest eater of us. At times, things went pretty slowly, so I completed today's daily challenge. Although those things tend to extend into the next day until 4 p.m. I didn't see the tomato initially. The broken headphones are currently in Dad's room, in which I spent the morning and early afternoon hours prior to the shower period at 3 p.m. making first a styrofoam drawing that was supposed to be based off the album cover for stage 6. which is of a blank canvas with some tape on it. It's by Ivan Seal, and I believe it's some kind of painting onto canvas, but I don't have the exact title of that work off the top of my head. And if it wasn't for Everywhere at the End of Time, I wouldn't know Ivan Seal at all. And then I did a portrait of my dad based off 2 pictures he sent me. That's where I got the whole idea of how exactly to execute the operation of making a portrait for my dad for Father's Day. I ended up bringing home three pieces of the thinner hard foam Dad got for me. Along with some clothes and the new markers Mom got for me, which I brought over to Dad's place, along with some other markers that were initially left at Dad's apartment, of which the colors I determined from working on those 2 styrofoams today. And I worked on those 2 styrofoam projects while listening to Everywhere at the End of Time, though I think thanks to thanks to using the shuffle feature, and whatnot, me at times wanting to start at the temporary bliss state track from stage 4. I ended up listening to more of the post-awareness stages. Pretty sure I roughly started at the temporary bliss state when we started work on Dad's portrait, and I was into the second track of stage 6 when I was all done. Though I did spend a bit of time checking this game, checking Stronghold Kingdoms, of which I've primarily been focusing on upgrading my castle defenses. Primarily upgrading my castleization basic keep in order to unlock some other research technologies. I spent the very first hours of today having something to eat. Oh yeah, it was some pizza Dad made for me with some hamburger meat sprinkled on. I fell asleep in Dad's room because due to a combination of a bit of a wonky sleep schedule and Dad at times needing to. Oh, yeah, Dad, not having to work today. Which is why we ultimately went on the whole Father's Day excursion. In the first place. Excuse me.